Welcome from the home of the Mets, Citi Field in Queens, New York. The show brings you the National League Wildcard Series. The Atlanta Braves going up against the New York Mets. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Chris, even in a short wild card series, a deciding game of the postseason is always a special occasion.
Yeah, it may not have that same feel, Boog, of the Game 7 for the pennant or World Series title, but it's a whole lot of fun for anybody who's a baseball fan.
And for the players and managers, it's as important as a potential Game 7 down the road.
Yeah, the premise is the same, Boog. I mean, you lose here and your season comes to an abrupt halt.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And taking the ball for the Mets, David Peterson. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy it when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Ready for baseball here in New York. Matt Olson up to the plate. That one hammered center field, ranging back and brings it in at the wall. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boo. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
Here's Acuna. Ball to strike. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. This one's got a chance. Going gone! A solo shot. The Braves score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead.
The great pitchers are able to tease the outside part of the zone with the breaking ball. That means that it looks like it's going to be a strike, but finishes off the plate. Well, that one finished on the outer half, but caught just too much of the plate and hit for a home run.
One down. Here is Austin Riley. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out.
That right there is one of those breaking balls that you swing through and you feel like you should have done something with it or at least spoiled it away. But when it's breaking in on you like that, if the spin is tight enough, it can actually tie you up.
So here's Murphy now. And it finds its way through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Lindor. Third out, and that ends the frame. Acuna goes yard for the Braves. It's an early 1-0 lead. This is the National League Wildcard Series on the show. Back here at Citi Field. And on the mound today, Reynaldo Lopez. What do we need to know here?
4-pitch guy, he's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early or if he wants.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Out of here. A solo shot. And we have a tie ball game. It's 1-1.
He dropped the barrel right there. Got a fastball down at the knees where he'd prefer it. So many times now, guys are having to adjust to the elevated fastball. So I'm sure his eyes got big when he saw that one coming.
Here's Juan Soto. That's That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. You're in this decisive game 3 of the wild card series. Struck him out swinging. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Take a look at the lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
We know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing they can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop. Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 outs, base is empty. Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Swings through it for the K. That K is his 3rd of the game. Just 1 hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. All even at 1 apiece. Decisive 3rd game of the wild card round. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Drake Baldwin. Peterson, an all-star a season ago, 30 years old now, a former first-round pick back in 2017. In the air, left field, and there's 1 down. In the postseason, you see just how important every last play can be. You never know what's going to make the difference in the end. And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Foul ball.
Well, like you said, Boog, every play is so pivotal at this point of the year. As a player, you've got to be locked in. Can't make a mistake that could cost your team the season.
That's out number 2. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Eli White. 2 down, nobody on. Foul ball there. Hard hit left side. Lindor on to first. That's the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, tied 1 apiece. Back here in Queens, bottom of the inning, Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Oh, look at the stop. To first. It's there, and that's a great play.
That is good. The catcher number 4,
Francisco Alvarez will hit next. The 1-1. And a big swing and a miss.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt. You had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here is Marcus Semien. In the air, right field. Acuna settles under it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Through 2. We're tied 1 apiece. Decisive 3rd game of the wild card round. Now in for the Braves, Mauricio Dubon. Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. When you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. And here's the first baseman, Matt Olson. Tied up here in the early going. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Now 2 away. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. 2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Tap back to the mound. Tosses to first. They get the out on Acuna. And that's the 3rd out. Braves go down quickly here. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Back here at Citi Field, set for the bottom of the 3rd, Luis Robert Jr. up now for the Mets. Swing and a miss, and the count's full. Stays alive. Payoff pitch. High fly ball lifted into air right field. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 15, Tyrone.
And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor. In there at the knees for a strike. Swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Down in order go the Mets. With 3 complete, you're tied at 1 apiece. Back here in Queens. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Austin Riley. Here's a 1-1.
You know, these Braves, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
1 away.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
The 1-1. And a foul ball. All tied up here in this decisive game 3 of the wild card series. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And foul ball. High fly ball, right field. And that quickly 2 away.
The batter number 1, second baseman,
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Two down, nobody on. Out to center. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for him there. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. All tied 1-1. Bottom 4, here's Juan Soto.
the left fielder, Juan Soto.
And there's a foul ball. The 1-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Zingy, here's a look at his pitch breakdown for the game.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in him. Not a whole lot of damage against him yet, and he may just keep this approach.
Swing and a bouncer. To first, already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
Up next for the Mets, the designated hitter, Jorge.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That's a strike. Going to count 1-2.
It's
pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. 5th inning coming up. Tied at 1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. And there's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the 1st inning.
Up next for Atlanta, the center fielder,
Michael Harris the second, getting ready to hit. Here's a 1-1.
Oh, that's inside.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Go ahead run at first. Nobody out here in this decisive game 3 of the wild card series. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Up and in, and it's 3-2.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. See you later. A 2-run shot, and they take the lead. It's 3-1.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Now in for the Braves, Eli White. The 1-1. Lined into right. And there's one away. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's Mauricio Dubon. And a 2-1 on the way. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. So that will bring up the top of the order with one away. Back to the top of the lineup. Here is Matt Olson. The 2-2 now. Gets a piece and stays alive. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Perfectly executed 12-6 curveball right there. And with that kind of break, if you can drop it in below the zone like that, it's going to look like a strike the entire way coming in and then just disappear. So hard to get under the ball unless you're really gearing up for it, and you might need a pitching wedge.
Here's Acuna now. Yeah, that's fouled off. Dubon off the first with 2 away. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. David Peterson is done, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute. The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Ryan Hudson.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
First and second, 2 outs. Here comes Austin Riley. 2 on, 2 outs.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The 2-1. Laced to center and a base hit. Headed for the plate. Oh, the throw is over his head.
Picks himself up at RBI. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Here's Sean Murphy. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Now a pop-up on the infield. And that is that. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Braves 4 and the Mets 1. This is the National League Wildcard Series on the show. Back here at Citi Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. And a 1-1. That one fouled off. Oh, great stop. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Mets, the catcher number 4,
Francisco Alvarez, the next to hit. Hit hard on the ground to short. Fires over to first. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Second baseman, Marcus Semien.
2 down, bases empty. And next for New York, Marcus Semien. Back to work, 3-2 now. Out towards right center field. Acuna moving under this one. And that is that. Offense held in check there. We're through 5. It's the Braves 4 and the Mets 1. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one.
I said the window's tinted and I ain't renting. I'm winning. Baby was with it in mid-sentence. Feel it. Hustling, no bad. I did it. It's just the beginning. I ain't even close to finish. I got money on the other line. I got to get the call if you ain't gonna make it.
Now here is Ozzie Albies.
The second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. Taylor settles underneath it, and there's 1 down.
Up next for Atlanta, the designated hitter,
Drake Baldwin. Next up for the Braves. The 1-1. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And there are 2 down.
Up next for Atlanta, the center fielder, Michael Harris II.
Nobody on, and we're the top half of the 6th. Swings through that one. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they need it 4-1. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 6th, Luis Robert Jr. up now for the Mets. And that one hammered. Harris going back. And it's off the wall. And he starts the bottom of the 6th with a double.
Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
And up next for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Man at second. And a swing and a miss. Tapped softly on the ground. Dubon tosses to first. One away, bottom of the 6th.
I believe we talked about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. One now.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
One out and a runner at second here at the bottom of the 6th. Line drive. 2 away. And now it's Juan Soto. And on second, 2 down. What a stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. Mets lead 1, and they trail it 4-1. Decisive third game of the wild card round. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Eli White. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
1 down.
Up next for Atlanta, the shortstop.
And next for Atlanta, Mauricio Dubon. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Ball 2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him. 2 gone. So back to the top of the order. And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. 2 down, nobody on.
Throwing the ball well, and they need the scoreless inning in relief right here. Been doing a good job keeping him in striking distance.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging. And the Braves go down quietly as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Robert Suarez. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Up the middle. Duvall. In plenty of time to first, and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Mets.
And the play, Jorge Polanco.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The Mets trailing by 3 here at the bottom of the 7th. That's towards center. Harris under it. 2 up, 2 down. And now the first baseman, Brett Beatty. 2 down, nobody on here in the late stages of game 3. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Harris has a beat on it. And that ends the inning. So they go quietly there. 8th inning coming up. It's the Braves 4 and the Mets 1. This is the National League Wildcard Series on the show. And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
Up the middle, and that chance handled. Over to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Here comes Austin Riley. The 1-1. Yeah, big swing and a miss. Tap back up the middle. Fires over to Beatty. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Sean Murphy. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And that keeps the inning alive. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Up the middle, and that's a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. Now here is Drake Baldwin. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Brian Hudson gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Luke Weaver.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is. just missed with that good fastball inside, but it plants a seed in the hitter's mind. He's going to be ready for that pitch, which will open up the outside part of the plate.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. Clean work out of the Mets bullpen there. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Braves 4 and the Mets 1. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Swing, a high fly ball hit the air, left center field. This one's got a chance. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Now it's Marcus Semien. The count 2-1. Out towards right center field. And there's 2 away. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Robert Suarez out of the game. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Danny Young on the pitch out of the pen here.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
Luis Robert now. On the ground, right side. Albies out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Mets go down quickly, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. We go to the 9th. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris II. And a payoff pitch. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. The other way. And that's a fair ball. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Stepping in, Mauricio Dubon. And a 1-2. Got him. That's out number 2.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance to make the contact with that pitch.
Quick toss to first. White dives back in safely. The 2-1. He swings and fouls one off. Runner on the go to the right side. Semien on to first, and Olsen is set down, and that's the inning. It's the Braves 4 and the Mets 1. And on the mound, the closer, Raisel Iglesias.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Digging in, Tyrone Taylor. That one misses. 3-1 now. Base knock right field. And a good start to the inning. So he gets on base. An elimination game, one at a time, right?
And all of a sudden, the pressure moves to the other team. They came into this one feeling pretty good, but now that he's on, changes things a little bit.
The 2-1. Lindor swings through that wall. No question about this one. It's out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And just like that, they're within a run. The towels are out, and this stadium is electric right now.
This one, Boog. Second home run of the game. And take a look at that scoreboard. Everything feels different all of a sudden, doesn't it?
Juan Soto now looking to get the tying run on base. The changeup missing, and it's 2-1.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Swing and a miss. And the count's even at 2.
The real threats are coming up. Already giving up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
Swing and a liner. Base hit out into right center field. And the tying run is on base.
Well, that at-bat had a lot riding on it. Certainly a pivotal swing of the bat in this ball game. Nice line drive to the full side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Raisel Iglesias won't go any further, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Dylan Lee.
I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So,
swing, and this ball is crushed. Way back there. On its way. Ball game. And they are moving on. So the New York Mets get it done here in Game 3 with the backing of their home fans, and they can celebrate for the night as they shift their sights to the division series.
Yeah, congrats to them. These 3-game series don't leave a lot of room for error, Boog, and it really could have gone either way coming into this game. I think they fed off of this crowd, and those are the types of things you love to see this time of year.
And the season comes to an end in the other dugout. Not what they were looking for from their October run, so they'll move into the offseason looking to make improvements before next year. Close one here today, and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Schaumburg. Thanks for joining us.